Hi guys, today we're going to be talking about scene structure. There are generally two types of scene structure. The reactive scene, which is generally an emotional scene and where your character is reacting to something happening to them. And number two is the proactive scene, where your character decides how to react to a conflict and progresses forwards in the story. You can break a proactive scene down into three parts. Part one is the conflict. Conflict has to be a barrier between your character achieving their goal. So an example of this is if I had a war conflict, your character has to get a flag from one side of the battlefield to the other. In between those 2 points, there is a shit ton of people with swords. That's a problem. Part two, proaction. The proaction is when your character decides how are they going to get to that goal. How is your character going to get through that massive shitstorm of swords to get that flag to that point? And then your character takes that action. And part three is the consequence. So what happens to your character? Did they make it and the flag is now at that point? Or are they dead in the ditch? Are they trapped within those swords still? Did your character fail or win? The second type of scene is a reactive scene. So reactive scenes are generally emotional scenes. So this can be that your character's lover has been killed, which they could not control. So instead they react to that happening to them. A reactive scene is broken down into two parts. One, the problem. So this is what does your character have to react to, which in our example is their lover has just been killed. Part two, the decision. This is where your character decides and reacts to that problem. So in this situation, the character's lover has died. Are they going to cry? Are they going to run? Will they go and attack the antagonist that killed their lover? What will they do? This is when they make the decision of what will happen next. Generally, in your story, you're going to mix reactive and proactive together, and a reactive scene generally leads into a proactive scene. This can either be broken up by chapter or by a paragraph break, or not broken up at all. It can all just flow straight through. The most important thing is to make sure that both the reactive scene and the proactive scene have a goal. Your character has to have something to achieve by the end of that scene. If they do not, then the scene is pointless. An example of a reactive scene going to a proactive scene we can do with our examples previous. So first, the reactive. The problem is our lover is dead. The decision. Our character has cried themselves silly and now they're going to go and kill the antagonist who killed their lover. They're going to get their revenge. This leads into the proactive scene, the conflict. The antagonist is over the other side of a burning village. Our protagonist has to get through that village in order to reap their revenge upon the antagonist. Proaction. Our character has decided they are going to go around the outskirts of the village and they're going to go down all the side streets that the attackers have not found in order to get to the antagonist, and then they will get their revenge. The consequence. Does our protagonist defeat the antagonist and get revenge for their lover? Who knows? You guys can decide that ending. I don't know yet. I haven't decided. I'm still deciding if this guy should win or not. Who knows? It's up to you how big the gap between the reactive scene and the proactive scene is. It doesn't have to be big, it doesn't have to be there at all, or it can be an entire new chapter. The decision is yours. You also don't always have to follow this structure. If you think your story has sussed it, you've got a new structure, you go for it. But if you ever feel stuck on the structure of your scene, this is always a good template to fall back on. This structure will always work. And that's all I've got for you today. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you like what you see, please subscribe to my channel. If you'd like to see it as soon as I upload, click that little bell down below. If you want to see these tips in written form, you can go to my website, the link is below this video. You can also follow me on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram and Tumblr. I post general bookish pictures as well as a few motivational get-goes. And thanks for watching guys, bye!